has never lost 5 title matches at the Royal Rumble. Oh, that was you. Yeah.
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest, and new
Acknowledge us.
Hey, guys! We're here at the Red Carpet Reign. This is Red Carpet Reign. We are talking about SmackDown, WWE SmackDown Royal Rumble, the go home show, guys. So definitely good one that we're gonna discuss today. We're gonna talk about the last SmackDown before we get the Royal Rumble, which is one of the big events of the year. Something you don't want to miss out on. So let's talk about SmackDown. We'll get into that real quick, go real brief with that. And then we got Royal Rumble coming up. So you guys either like as we come into the ring as we discuss more about that. Let's get that going, guys. Thank you all for coming out. Like I said, we got a busy weekend here. Excuse me if I'm a little late here with this, but we gotta get it going. I didn't forget about it. So let's get on into that. And then, of course, we got current news. And then we do have the bonus round, which I will discuss will be Royal Rumble 2025 final predictions. Let's talk about that. Let's get that going. So with that going, let's look over the match card that we do have for WWE SmackDown. Let's see what was advertised as follows. Now, what was advertised as follows, we had plenty of stuff going on for this episode. Plenty of stuff, actually. We had Kevin Owens doing an interview with Joe Tessitore. We also had Michin versus Chelsea Gray for the Women's United States title. 101 Liv versus Naomi. 8-man tag DIY and Pretty Deadly versus MCMG and Garzas. So let's get that going on. All right, Kevin Owens and CM Punk open up SmackDown. Now, we know that Kevin Owens, he running his mouth still about Cody Rhodes. So boring. So tired of it. I can't wait till this feud is over. I feel like there's nothing else more these two can say. But anyway, Joe Tessitore came out. He said Joe owed an apology. Joe said he's not apologizing, how he was disrespected by him last week. And Joe would just want him to talk about the upcoming match of Cody Rhodes that we already don't need no more about. But he took the Ring Eagle belt off the hanger. He said he wanted the other one Saturday. Then CM Punk came out. They had a good back and forth between Punk and Kevin Owens, teasing a future feud here. Punk said he happy that KO said he happy that Punk will never ever main event at WrestleMania. He's very happy for that. And he said that everybody else in the Royal Rumble, the other 29 superstars, he likes them way more than he likes Punk. Punk came back and told him, I've never main event at WrestleMania, but I've never lost 5 times in the Royal Rumble matchup and never lost to Logan Paul. He really cooked KO on that one.
CM Punk has never lost 5 title matches at the Royal Rumble. Oh, that was you. Yeah.
And most of them was to Roman Reigns, but CM Punk, said that don't take Cody lightly. He said he hopes KO wins. He said if he did win, he won't hold on to the title for long. Excuse me. Ooh. He said that he will win the Royal Rumble, face KO WrestleMania, and he will beat him for the title. And Oh, excuse me. Oh man, it's my fault on that, guys. Um, he said that he would defeat Kevin Owens at WrestleMania for his title. He also said that he's hoping KO can win. So I like the fact they make it seem like KO can beat Cody Rhodes. That's the way CM Punk's playing that out. Now, CM Punk challenged Kevin Owens to a fight. Kevin Owens left the ring. That was it for that segment. But let's get on to the next one. You guys let me know what you think about that segment. All right, we had Jimmy Uso, first match of the night versus Carmelo Hayes, 1-on-1. Now, last week these two had a match. They had one. It ended in DQ due to Jacob and Tama attacking him. Jimmy's looking good. He's looking better. And Carmelo's getting more offense, so gotta give him that. But other than that, they both had some good offense during the match. A good solid match by both men. One of the better matches. I like this match. They got some good chemistry there. Carmelo has some near falls with the first 48. Try to cheat, try to hold the ropes. But Jimmy Uso got a quick pin on Carmelo Hayes. So that was a good one. Let's move on to the next match, shall we? All right, we got Michin versus Chelsea Green for the 1,000th time. Challenge for the Women's United States title. This has been going on too long, and it's the same story. Now, B-Fab was on Michin, room for her by ringside. Piper, her security, is on ringside for Chelsea. Long story short, Chelsea Green was getting that work by Michin. She grabbed kendo stick, hit Michin. The match ended DQ. Title can't change on DQ. Chelsea still the Women's United States title. I'm not gonna say nothing else more about this match. Moving along, we did have a tag match, the 8-man tag. It's the tag that MCMG and Los Garzas, they had a backstage segment there. DIY Pretty Deadly. I mean, these teams are pretty good. As a whole, these teams are pretty good. Even Pretty Deadly was okay. Long story short, in this match, Los Garzas left MCMG hanging after miscommunication, and Pretty Deadly left DIY hanging after miscommunication. So it worked out well. MCMG will get the pinfall for their team. Good way to for that. But let's move on to the next one. We saw that Los Garzas said that they didn't need the help by MCMG telling that they would have a back. So we knew Los Garzas was going to be on their own thing. And DIY, it was Pretty Deadly starting to see the DIY's planning for a fool, and Ciampa kicking one of the Pretty Deadly. I think it was Kit Wilson. So they're getting tired of it. And they said backstage in the 2 or 3 falls, Pretty Deadly told DIY, yon. So we'll see how that turns out. We'll get to that match later at the Royal Rumble. Moving along, we got a 101 Liv Morgan versus one half of the tag team champions, women's tag team champions, Naomi. So this was a good upbeat match. Liv and Naomi was getting into each other. It was actually a good match. They both had good offense, both Liv and Naomi. But it was Naomi got the pinfall over Liv Morgan, and both Liv Morgan and Raquel Reigns attacked both Bianca and Naomi. They're standing tall. So we'll see what happens. They more like gonna lose them belts to Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. I'm just saying. And I don't know if it's gonna be Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania. Naomi and Bianca are gonna lose them tag team belts soon. That's where I see that. So that was the end of the match of Naomi versus Liv Morgan. All right, we got a one-on-one match. We got Andrade versus The Miz. Another underrated match. Now, Miz, he is the newest member of SmackDown as of last week, other than Damian Priest. And I like how these guys worked well together. Very good upbeat. Andrade looks strong in defeating The Miz. But, he hit him with that move. He knocked out one of Miz's teeth. Just want to notate that, Kelly, get you guys to know it. If you look back at the replay, when he hit the elbow finisher, you saw some flying out of Miz's mouth, and it was not spit or snot. It was actually tooth. Tooth was knocked out during that match. And they even mentioned it during the match. And then Miz had a good tornado DDT on Andrade. They looked good as well. But this was good. Good win for Andrade. And then we had a little segment here. You guys remember we had Jacob Fatu. He came out. Damian Priest came out first. He talked about how he don't need to make a name for himself no more. He's done it already. He's been a world champion. He's won Money in the Bank. He ran with the Judgment Day. He basically just trying to do things on his own and do it the right way. Jacob came out. He had a good segment. Jacob went in. He said, you may be having braids, but don't get it twisted. We both from the streets, And Damian Priest said, I am a street king. And Tonga got his face. He accidentally hit Tama Tonga, and then him and Jacob's going at it. And they ended up doing a 2-on-1, attacking Damian Priest until L.A. Knight came out. He made the save, and him and Damian Priest got a little partnership going on. Very interesting to see, but that was crazy to see that both of those two are on the same page. So that was cool. But and that will lead on to a match later that night. That will be a match that will be a tag match between LA Knight and Damian Priest versus Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu. Then we got another segment here. We had Candice LeRae, her and Tiffany Stratton came out, and she talked about how any woman talking about the Royal Rumble coming up, can nobody beat her. Candice LeRae said that Tiffany betrayed Nia and her because she was jealous that Nia picked Candice as a tag team partner over her. And that's Nia came out, but she asked Tiffany out the way. She squashed Candice, but Nia did get her hands on Tiffany, and they both attacked Tiffany and got with the Annihilator. So more likely, we will get Nia Jax will get a one-on-one rematch for the WWE Women's Championship. More likely, Elimination Chamber on WrestleMania. However they do that, and we'll see how that goes. Main event, of course, the tag match I mentioned a couple minutes ago, and that was Damian Priest, LA team up for the first time. Now they talked backstage. They said that we'll team up tonight, but Royal Rumble, every man for himself. So it was the main event of the show. It was a good main event. It was okay, not bad at all. Jacob Fatu, of course, looking strong. Damian looked strong too. He actually got the pinfall for his team. He hit the South of Heaven on Tama Tonga, but Jacob Fatu didn't like that. He attacked Priest afterwards, and then he hit his movesaw on him. And then you got Jacob Fatu standing tall, standing over Damian Priest. So that's how that went. But that's all for SmackDown. These were the matches on the card. Let's go over the rating of the show. I give it was all right. It wasn't all that great. 3 out of 5. Mediocre, pretty much. For a go-home show, could have been a lot better. But, I say this all the time. Raw and SmackDown have a different dynamic. Now, even though they're running the same program on both shows, even having stars on both shows, it's either when you see Raw soar up and have an excellent show like it did this week, SmackDown is going to plummet. far as quality goes. And vice versa. If SmackDown is up there, great amazing show, skyrocketed, Raw is going to plummet. They need to balance them both out. And that's my whole argument with the whole what's the use of a brand split if you're going to run the same program on both shows. The purpose of a brand split is not just superstars on different shows, but different programs, different storylines, not just rinse and repeat the same characters, and you just run the same program on both shows, just different people. So but that's my thing on that. But let's go over what went right and what went wrong with SmackDown. We got to discuss that. Now, it may sound like a broken record here, but I'm going to say it again. I said it before, but it needs to be said one more time. It just needs to be said. If it can't be said enough, please say something with it. And I'm going to get into that. My issue with this whole thing is just why. Why keep running story to the ground? And I'm talking about Kevin Owens. Why does he come out saying the same thing? And I'm at the point I want the feud to be over. I want KO and Cody to go at Royal Rumble, and that's it. KO win, whatever. Cody retain, whatever. Because they run us to the ground. So my issue with that is he wasn't needed for this episode. We saw the match sign the contract at Saturday Night Main Event. We saw Cody put his promo on Raw. We saw Kevin Owens, I think, was on Raw a week or two ago. And then he took the belt off the hanger. Like, most persons have both belts. I didn't like that either. I guess it's what he was there for. So that lets us know, too, which I'm not a fan of. If you guys paid attention, unless they're going to make a newer version, the Wing Eagle belt won't be used either. And I'm not happy with that either. So this is going to get a double things about it. Like,
You know what's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list. You know what's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
yeah, those two things I did not like about this episode of SmackDown. Another thing I'm going to talk about, let's be honest, all these matches weren't great. The only matches I really liked was the main event in the 8-man tag. Liv and Naomi was all right. Chelsea Gray Michin I didn't care for. I didn't really care for that match. Some matches I did not care for. I thought it was like, why are we doing this? What's going on here? You know, some stuff I didn't like for. Some matches were good. This one just didn't care for. Or at least half the match were mediocre. The Carmelo and Jimmy was okay. It was solid. But some stuff, it just, for a go-home show, it could have been better. That's why I call it mediocre. It was just regular SmackDown. Go home before Royal Rumble, one of the big four or big five, they call it now. We prepared for the Royal Rumble, especially the most star-studded, biggest one ever, with tickets sold at 66,000. Should have been better than this. So with that, I just got to say this.
You know what's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
So some stuff could have been better as a whole. Some stuff I liked, like this, some matches I did like. Some I'm like, come on now. Andrade Miz was good. But it could have been a little bit better. It should have went out like Raw did. That would have made the whole overall show better. But, I don't want to spend all time talking about what went wrong. We're going to talk about some stuff that went right, too. Let's get into that. We'll talk about what went right with SmackDown on this episode. The things that I liked on here. I will say some things I did like about this episode, which was much, much needed. And I could predict this person coming to SmackDown in the near future. CM Punk coming to SmackDown was good. Made the segment with KO great. But he will be involved in the WWE title at some point, WWE title picture. As stated, he's connected to the whole favor with Paul Heyman, Roman. He had the promo with Cody on Raw. This is for the WWE title picture. He's not involved in the World Heavyweight Championship picture, which I believe he should be involved in, but he wants the WWE title. So with that, it creates great story. great entertainment, great cinema. So can't go wrong with that, right?
Yeet.
So that was a good part of that show. I did like that. I like how they're setting that up. So that's not a terrible thing. Let's just keep that in mind. Not a terrible thing. That's one thing I did enjoy about the show. And I said this last week too, but it's still improving. Jacob Fatu continues to get more time on the mic, and I like it. We're seeing the more about Jacob Fatu, the character. I mean, and he's the Samoan werewolf. So we're seeing more and more of that energy off Jacob Fatu. So I'm liking that a lot. So salute to Jacob for putting in that work.
Yeet.
So that's a good thing with that. With that being said, let's move on to other things of the show. Now, like I said, we got a lot of big Royal Rumble, so I don't want to hold it too much longer. I know we all getting ready for that. Now, I got some simple current news. I have other news I want to discuss, but that won't be here to be a toxic ring scandal. I know we got some guys. I know you heard about the whole the amended thing with Vince McMahon and everything else. That will be discussed, but not here. So I will talk about it on my other channel, Toxic Ring Scandal. But other than that, I do want to discuss here. We'll see this later on tonight at the Royal Rumble. We're going to talk about. Let's talk about the WrestleMania sign is updated. So the WrestleMania sign, it is up. That's how it looks this year for Vegas. Looks nice. Very good, nice sign. Got the Vegas at the bottom. So whoever wins tonight for Royal Rumble, which we'll get into, then we point towards that sign. So that's a good thing. I like how that's going to work. I think that'll be a great thing. So we got to see how that's going to go. But that's a sign. Looks nice, though. Very nice looking sign. Very nice looking sign. All right. Well, let's get on to let's switch gears. We'll switch gears in a moment. We're gonna do a prediction, final prediction, and we're gonna talk about the Royal Rumble, guys. Let's talk about that. Let's get into that shortly, and we're gonna talk about who's gonna win what, who's gonna do what. So let's get into that match right now, and let's give you a couple minutes, get that going. All right, we're here, bonus round here. All right, we're going to talk about the final predictions for Royal Rumble 2025. Talk about everything on the card. But let's talk about the title matches. We'll talk about this here. We'll talk about the tag team match, 2 out of 3 falls. And, we got DIY versus MCMG. Now, we're going to see who's going to win between these two teams. But DIY, they've been sneaky heels, and this is a team they beat for by cheating. My prediction, DIY retains the tag team championship. I don't see these guys losing. They may even get some help, even though they had a little mishap. I do see Pretty Deadly causing a distraction. Somebody will come out. Or Street Profits going to come back and attack them. Expect them to show up too, but we'll see what happens though. DIY is going to retain at the Royal Rumble 2 out of 3 pinfalls or submission. We're going to see DIY retain, especially for Profits to make a comeback. I think they're going to come after the match to attack DIY because DIY we know took them out. So we haven't seen Street Profits in a while. They will come back. Hopefully, if they're clear from injuries. Now, if they're not clear from injuries still, they may not come back. but it'll be a great way to bring it back into the mix when it comes to WWE Tag Team Championship picture, especially against DIY. But let's get on to the other parts of the match. All right, we got KO versus Cody Rhodes. Ladder match for the WWE Undisputed Championship. This feud has been going on long enough. Start from Bad Blood. Now, KO, if he wins, to be a shocker, be a huge shocker for that matter. I do not see that happening, however. So with that, I got Cody Rhodes retaining the WWE Championship. He's going to move on to WrestleMania. He'll still be WWE Champion because, you know, they like the stat pad. He just hit 300 days as WWE Champion. He'll have the belt for a year. And the winner, more likely for the Men's Royal Rumble, would challenge for Cody's championship. Well, I take that back. They may not challenge for Cody's championship. The Elimination Chamber winner, I believe, may challenge Cody for his title. But that's what I have. I could be wrong. But that's what's looking right now. That's what I have for that. So move on to the Women's Royal Rumble match between 30 women. Who's going to win? This is a tricky one. I'm going to have a couple names in there or just one. I gotta have two names on this one because this is a star-studded Royal Rumble. I would say my prediction, we got a lot of surprises, a lot of comebacks, you know, returns, Hall of Fames, whatever. Becky Lynch or Alexa Bliss wins the Women's Royal Rumble. Becky or Alexa may win. Alexa could be the dark horse, but she could win. Charlotte's too obvious. Charlotte Flair would be too obvious. She's a favorite, but I don't think she's going to do it. I don't think so. So we'll keep that in mind. So we'll see how that's going to go. But those are my picks. So I would say, I was surprised Becky Lynch has not been heard of. Becky may be the top one. So that's who I have winning that. Last but not least, we got the Men's Royal Rumble match. Who's going to win out of 30 minutes to go to the WrestleMania? Another few names I got to throw out there. Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, or The Rock. Maybe. Rock's the dark horse in this one. Roman could be seen as a favorite, but I don't think Cena's going to do it. I think Jey or Roman may win this match. The unexpected. One of those two may win it. Cena's not going to win. No need to. Roman could win it or Jey. Rock will be the dark horse in that situation. But that's who I have, and that's all I have for who's going to win the Royal Rumble matches, the Men's and Women's Royal Rumble match, and the championship matches of the Tag Team Championship and the WWE Championship in the ladder match. 2 out of 3 falls for the Tag Team match. You guys let me know what you think of that. Greatly appreciate it. And we also talk about WWE SmackDown Royal Rumble Go Home show, so we talked about that as well. Soon to Bills and Papa guys, you guys click the link below. Until then, guys, you already know what it is. O-U-T.
Something happened this weekend, and I've been struggling with it since I retired. But this weekend gave me closure.
Wow.
It really did. Like, it was fun. Obviously, it was fun. I mean, you can't, doing this for as long as I have and be